What up, YouTube? So today we're going to be working on part 4 of the EK K24 TSX swap, and today we're going to be getting all the little stuff basically taken care of that needs to be done for the swap to function. So we're going to be throwing on our pulley kit, which is just the 02 to 11 SI FG2 or EP3. So let me show you that real fast. And this is just stock parts. You can use aftermarket as well, but I prefer OEM. So we got the actual pulley, the little washer that goes over it, and then we have the bracket, and then these are the bolts that go onto it. So we're gonna go ahead and start installing that first. If you guys want to see the part numbers. So just in case you guys want to get it brand new from the dealer. And the bolts. Yeah, so that's big. I don't know what this one's for, but just in case, that might actually be for the. Oh yeah, it's for the actual pulley. So that's probably gonna be our pulley bolt right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install that, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to the hoses. I kind of pre-fitted them as well on there for now, but this one's gonna have to get cut a little bit, like I was explaining earlier in the last video, and then we just need to put some clamps on there, and our heater hoses will be good. We'll be throwing on our brake booster line, which is already ready to go on, since it has the little valve on the inside of the hose, just like the RSXs and the EP3s. So you don't have to worry about running your valve. If you have an EG and you want to kind of make it look cleaner, you can use this one instead, or the RSX, instead of having that big valve that comes on the EGs and DCs. The next thing we're going to be doing is probably installing the slave cylinder and clutch line and hooking it up to the master cylinder, so we can have get that ready to bleed. And then we'll most likely be installing our axles, which we already have our stock half shaft on. This is just the stock TSX one. We'll be installing the Yonaka axles, and then after that we'll be installing our ktuned headers. So got a couple things we're going to be getting done today, and maybe we might even install the shift linkage depending on how everything else is going. So we're going to go ahead and start installing the pulley kit and getting the clutch line on there, and then we'll come back and start going over what else we're going to do next. All right, so now we're back. I can show you what the EP3 Idler pulley looks like. So all we have to do is install the bracket. There was two 12mm bolts, and then this is a 14. Make sure you put this washer right here, and that's basically all you have to do. And then we got to put our serpentine belt, which is a 52-inch 6-rib I get from AutoZone usually, or O'Reilly's. But yeah, so that's on there. And then I got a clutch line, slave cylinder, all hooked up to the master cylinder now, so that's ready to get bled. Next thing we're going to be doing is probably doing our grounds. So I'm going to ground on the manifold, I'm going to ground on the transmission, and then I'm going to ground on this side cover over here. I like to have 3 major grounds on the engine so there is no problems, and then one ground is going to be on the manifold from the engine harness. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my heater hoses. Make sure these are all cleaned up and running straight, and then we're going to go ahead and attach the brake booster, which is real simple. And got Johnny over there taking off the shift linkage real quick so we can start bolting that up, and we'll probably run the shift linkage as well, and then we'll come back and see what else we have to do to get this thing going. We also got the K-tuned conversion harness, so we'll probably bring that out and start getting that connected as well. All right, so we're back now, and I'm gonna go over the grounds we did. So I grounded the side cover right here. I grounded the intake manifold, and we got our transmission ground now. So all our grounds are complete and ready for the wiring harness and charge harness connection. After that, we'll be able to definitely get a crank over. But right now, I'm gonna show you what the shift box looks like. So best thing you want to do is cut out the little center circle thing to mount the box in so it can clear. And then we just drilled 4 holes and tighten them down with some 12s, and that's it. I mean, it's in there pretty good. So we got our shift box in there, and the hole we cut about, I guess, a foot ahead of the shift box right there, just to get the cables through there. And that's all you have to do if you're just gonna go stock and just kind of budget it instead of getting all the expensive cables and shift box or whatever, which is cool to have, but this is gonna be just ready to go a lot quicker than those cars, because a lot of people spend the extra 500, 600 and don't spend the money on getting the car running. So now we got the slave cylinder, shift box, and cables, our grounds. I put the brake booster line on there, so that's tightened, and I also did the heater hoses, so those should be ready. Next thing we're going to be doing is putting the headers on and getting the axles so we can get the car back suspension and tighten all that down as well. And after that, we'll come back and show you what else we need to do. All right, so we are back now, and let's show you what we got going on. So we got the headers from K-tuned. They fit on here perfect with the hashboard mounts. So we got those up there and bolted on. And then let me show you guys the problem we came across. So the half shaft on the TSX is actually a little bit longer. So when you actually try to push it all the way in, since it's far out a little bit, it won't allow it to go into the actual ball joint. So I kind of figured that might have been a problem, but I just wanted to make sure for myself. So we're gonna have to put one from a Type S or an SI 02 to 11 and RSX 02 to 06 manual, and we'll be able to complete that on this side. But the other side is done. So it fits in real good. These are the Yonaka Stage 2 axles that we're using. And they actually have a sale right now for about $140 or $129 or something for both axles actually. So it's a really good deal right now if you want to go get some axles. And these are K-Series RSX base Stage 2. So when putting these on, they're pretty simple. You just kind of, I like to take this off, which is a 14, and then the 17 down here, and then pop the ball joint with the 17 as well down here, and that'll give you access to, well, this is a 32. You'll be able to swing this out and put the axle in, tighten this up with a 32. So pretty simple as far as doing the axles, and everything on the K-swap is nothing different if you did a single cam or B series. Axles are pretty much axles. So other than that, we got next, we have the belt, the serpentine belt we're gonna be running. So I'm gonna be installing that. It's just a 52-inch belt, 6 rib for now, and just to get it going and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that. This is the part number I got from AutoZone. They work pretty good. I never really had any problems with them. So all you have to really do is wrap it around the crank, run it through the water pump, and then bring it around the alternator and then onto the pulley. We're gonna use a 14 millimeter on this bolt right here, and that's gonna be swinging it, I believe, let's see, back, so away from you, and that'll be able to give you weight tension to fit it around this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I did it. All right, so we are back and we got the belt on now, and I actually made a mistake. You actually pull towards you to release tension to get the belt on. So that was actually something I made a mistake on. So other than that, we got our pulley on. I also wanted to show you guys how it looks when you bolt it on top with an EK with a stock shifter. So it still kind of looks factory. It doesn't look too obvious if you're going for the sleeper look. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. So that's basically gonna be the end of this video today, because we still got some more parts we gotta wait in the mail. We're gonna be doing next videos, flipping the tabs to put the radiator in here. We're gonna be swapping out the throttle body for the RSX Type S and putting the spacer on as well. We're gonna be installing the engine harness with the charge harness and conversion harness, so we can get a first time start on this car. So, and then we'll start, you know, bleeding the clutch and put the throttle cable on here, and after that we'll be taking it for a test drive. So other than that, that's gonna be it, guys. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, it's kseriousworks, or you can just leave a comment and let me know. I'll message back. So I'll see you guys next time.